Hi everyone and welcome to Average Angela. Today I am super excited to show you a look inspired by these beautiful florals next to me, and I'll be showing you how I did this step by step. So before we dive into the colors, we're just going to make sure the base is prepped and primed. So I've already washed my face and put on some moisturizer and sunscreen, but I'm just going to hydrate it just a little bit more. And this one I'm using is the Quarterly Beauty Elixir. Next, I am going to use a primer, and this is my almost finished Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer. And I really like this one because it has these little glitter particles in it that just make you sparkle. I think I've literally been through at least 3 bottles of this, if not more. And you can see I've got a bit of a pimple there. And now my face is all glowy. The next part I'm going to do is just some light contour on the face. I'm just going to do this. Mostly do the top there and then also across the bridge. And then just maybe a couple of dots here. And of course underneath here as well. And then I'm just going to use my fingers to tap it out. And then the next thing I'll do is put on some blush and also concealer. What I do like about this one is that it has like a metal ball at the end, so it has a very cooling effect and it's really great for under eyes. But being lazy, of course, I do tend to use it on my nose area as well. Just mostly under the eyes to lift a little bit more and brighten that area. And I'm trying not to drag it too much, and I'm just tapping it in with my fingers and letting the heat warm up the concealer so it blends in a little bit better. I do have a bit of a birthmark here, so sometimes I will try and tap the concealer over it just to like lighten it a little bit. But to be honest, that birthmark is part of me and I am so used to it now. I also want to do my eye primer. So I do like the Hourglass primers because they are very, very tacky and they retain a lot of the powder over the day, and a little bit goes a really long way with them. So I think I've been using this one for almost 1.5 years now. And just tap it on top and spread it out. So the next thing I'll do is the blush. I swear I'm not being promoted by them, but I really like their brushes. Their blushes. I really like their blushes. And I actually wish I got this in a mini size because I have been using this forever and I'm not even partway through. Like the product is all still there. So I'm just going to tap a little bit on my cheeks and mostly in the center so that it doesn't make my face look too wide. And this is where I want more of the color to concentrate on. And then I'm going to tap some onto my eyes as well. It doesn't really matter if you're a bit messy with your blush. So I'll just add a bit more around my lip area as well. And then at the tip of my nose. After that, concealer and then highlighter. Bit more concealer here. And just tap it out lightly. And then I will also tap upwards a little bit just to blend into the blush as well. Oop. And then for the highlighter, I'm also using the Rare Beauty. I'm a bit obsessed with this brand recently, to be honest. And I'm just going to dab it a bit on the tip of my nose. This one, by the way, I'm using is called Mesmerize, and I will put all of the details of the products in the description as well. And then I just like to dab a little bit up here as well, and also underneath my eyebrows before I do the lines for them. So my nose does get a little bit lower here, so I do tend to concentrate on this area and not so much this area because it's a bit high already, and I don't want that to be too shiny. And then on this nose part, it's really easy to actually remove the highlighter accidentally. So I dab very, very lightly on the tip of my nose. So at this point, I've got the blush sitting on top of my eye primer as well. So it is already pretty tacky, but it's dried enough that I can start to put the powder on top. I am going to see what the eyeshadow looks like first before I do my brows, because that will change how dark I make my brows. Because I already have the blush as a base, I'm not going to go with any color lighter to go on top of it. So I'm going to use this mature apricot shade in the center of my eye and then just dab that over my lid. And I'm going to blend that out just in a second. But I got enough color just then for both eyes, which I'm impatient, so I probably shouldn't have done that. And I'm just going to use this color in the corner of my eye here. And that's with a different brush. And I'm going to blend it inwards, focusing mostly on the crease, and just blend it ever so slightly upwards and outwards as well. So the colors aren't quite cohesive yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this original brush with the pinky peach on it, and just go over it. And blend it out a little bit more and go around the eye. And now we've got a beautiful blend of that peach to the purple color there. But I do want a bit of sparkle, and I do also want to use this DaVinci eyeshadow palette that I have been wanting to try for the longest of times. So let's have a look which colors we should use. I like that it has some white mixed in it as well. So I might pick up this one. And I'll just dab it because a little bit of glitter usually goes a long way. And I'm just going to dab it on my eyelid right above the crease. And then I'm going to try and draw the airgusser with the same color. So this time I'm going to use a flat side of the brush and just drag it through the eyeshadow. I'm going to get that same color again that I used, this purpley color, and just draw the lower lash line on. Just do it very lightly, and I tend to do it just on the last half of my eye. And I'll extend it upwards slightly as well. I'm going to start off with a brow powder first. Because my skin is shiny, if I move in the sun, you might not necessarily see the brows that I've drawn on. So I like to go on first with an eyeshadow, so you can see that the brows are defined no matter which way you turn under the light. And doesn't need to be neat, you can just be really rough with the brow shadow. And I tend to focus on the middle portions, which is where the sun will hit. Got the first run of the brows, and then I'm going to go with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. This has been my absolute favorite and go-to for eyebrows for the longest time, and I like it because the tip is just so small. And it makes it really easy to make those separate brow hairs. And I'll extend my eyebrows out a little bit and just draw in that outer part. And clean it up with my fingernails and just define it and fill in this part here. So this is from Dior, and it is the loose powder in lavender. And I like to dab up here, especially because I don't want my forehead to be too shiny, and also on my cheeks as well. And also my T-zone, because that is where I tend to be a little bit oilier. And I'm just going to outline the lips. And I like this because it's a really natural color, like it's pretty much the same color as my lips. I'm going to use this Peri Pera glowy tint on top, and I really like it because it's got this cute charm on top of it here. And it just provides like a natural sort of gloss on top. Time to curl my lashes. I always use the Shu Uemura one. This is my favorite eyelash curl of all time. I have like 3 of these just in case I lose them, which I do it a lot. And when I curl my eyelashes, I like to get really close to my eyelid and curl once there. Because I have monolids, or like hooded lids, the eyelashes actually get lost really easily once I open up my eyes properly. and then I'll curl again a little bit further away from my eyelid. And then this is my new favorite mascara. It used to be the Heroin Make, but recently this Kill Lash. I love how volumizing it is, and I also love that it is lengthening as well without being super, super clumpy. But the one gripe that I have, and I think this is mostly like my eyes, is that I almost always get mascara on them and then I have to rub it off afterwards. I'm going to use a brown eyeliner today, and this is the Hero Make Super Waterproof Eyeliner. And I'm just going to do like the ends of my eyes like that. I might also add this to it just because I love the glitter in this. It is in the color Sanho Crush. This time, instead of like one of those furry ones, you get like a spatula one too. And I like to just put it in the middle of the lip, just to make the middle of the lip look extra juicy. Okay, let's do a quick outfit change. So now that we're done, this is the finished look. And I decided to wear a pop of yellow as well because there's a bit of yellow also in the vase. It is filled with water. It was really fun getting inspiration from the flowers. And if you try this look, be sure to tag me with Average Angela on social media. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial because this is my first one and I don't know how I did. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell as well. Thanks so much for watching it all the way through and supporting me.